Most of you guys who watch me like plants, and most of you probably would like to start your own backyard nursery. But I can tell you a backyard nursery is not the flowers and rainbows that people think. The actual rainbows, the ones that bring peace, not the one that the government's pushing on you. Most people think it's just great and, the end goal for any gardener, the dream job for everybody out there who likes plants. In today's episode, I'm going to be telling you the truth. I'm going to be telling you not everything is nice and it sucks. And a lot of the things I wish somebody would have told me when I first started. So, let's get to the first one. So the first one is, the first thing I don't like about a backyard nursery is not having a storefront. Yes, I run my nursery out of the backyard of my house, currently. So whenever you come to my place looking for a nursery, you're gonna find a house. I lose so much business because I don't know what it is. People are so scared to pull into somebody's driveway, even though there's a sign there. The place looks completely different than everybody else's. I lose so much business because people literally will just keep on driving instead of picking up the phone and be like, hey, where are you located? Every single time I I open, at least one person drives by my street looking for my place, and then they notice an actual home business and they're like, oh my God, I'm so scared to pull into somebody's house and walk into the side gate that says entrance. I'm so scared because there's no parking lot in there, and they decide just to leave. And then I get the other type of customer that will drive back and forth on my street easily for 15-20 minutes. I'm not kidding you guys. I got cameras in the front so I can see all these people, and then they pick up the phone and they're like, where are you located? We can't find you. Where are you? Even though my place looks 100% different than everybody else's out there, and I got signs out there when I'm open. But yet, these people cannot find me. So that's the main thing that I hate about having a backyard nursery, is not being able to have a parking lot, a marked parking lot where people can actually see a business. When you first start, it's not a big deal, because when you first start, that brings us to the number 2, and that is money. Okay. Most people who start a backyard nursery, they usually pick a niche market. Some people like flowers, some people like fruit trees, some people like nut trees, some people like grass, whatever it is. I like tropical fruit trees, so that's what I specialize in. Exotic plants that are not native to my area. So the market for my type of trees in my area, I can tell you, is easily less than 5% of all the trees that are being sold around me. Easily 95% of the market in my area are going to be common trees. Trees that do well in the desert, and trees that are allowed by HOA neighborhoods. So, I don't sell as many trees as a regular nursery that just sells trees that are common in my area, trees that are allowed by HOA neighborhoods. So I lose a lot of business. At the beginning, that wasn't an issue because, my expenses were not that big. I was just a little backyard nursery. I was just making a little bit of money, extra money, and I would use some money to buy more trees that I liked and all that good stuff. But then when I decided to turn this into an actual business that will hopefully one day pay my bills, well, at that point, you need to start worrying about money. And right now, the way it is, I'm losing on, I would say, 95% of the market in my area because I do not sell those types of trees. And that brings us to number 3, and that is expansion. So let's say you start a backyard nursery, and most of us just are happy with a little bit of money to just buy more trees, right? But then you want to expand. You want to turn it into an actual business that hopefully one day, it's going to pay your bills. Follow regulations. It's extremely hard to start an actual commercial nursery in today's time, because most of you who want to make money in this type of business, you're going to have to live in an area. You're going to have to open up your business in a populated area in the city. You're going to have to be close to where your customers are going to be able to get to you. You may think the government wants you to have a backyard nursery. You may think the government wants you to grow trees and support your community, be green, be organic, help the environment. No, they don't want any of that. And how I know that is because by all the stupid rules that I had to follow and still have to follow in order to be able to sell my trees legally. You gotta get permits. They're gonna treat you like a full-blown commercial nursery, like if you were a freaking Costco or Walmart open up a shop. So trying to start a commercial nursery takes a lot more effort and a lot more money than an actual business that's gonna get you returns a lot faster. This type of business, everything takes time. So just getting started is extremely difficult and it takes a lot of money. And this is the reason why you don't see nurseries being opened in your area compared to other types of businesses because of all the effort and money and regulations that you have to follow. The only nurseries, pay attention, that are around your area are two types. One, there are franchise, massive nurseries that are everywhere. Money is not an issue for them, so they have the attorneys, they have the engineers, they have connections in the city to get the permits, and money is not an issue for them. They can just monopolize everything. The second type of nursery are gonna be mom and pop nurseries that started like freaking 100 years ago when everything was just dirt and everything made sense and everything and life was good. And they've been here so long that they got grandfather in. Those are the smaller nurseries that you see out there that have nice plants and people actually come up to you and still talk to you. But nurseries like mine, you don't see anyone. I think in my area, I'm gonna be the first one in this entire area that's opening up a commercial nursery from scratch. Because, like I said, it takes a lot of money, a lot of stress, and you gotta look at the end goal, not right now. Because this is going to take time. And most people have common sense. I don't have common sense. You can invest the money in another type of business that's gonna give you a lot more money back for a lot less effort. But Alan, you don't have to expand. You can still sell out of your house. You can have a home-based nursery, maybe not make as much money, be happy and all that. And that brings us to number 4. Well, you have to understand, as the years go by, your plants are gonna get bigger. Plants grow, and they take up space. Even the plants that are not ready for sale, they're taking up space until they are ready for sale. And that usually takes months to years. So even though my house, I have a little over an acre, I'm out of space. My plants are just taking up way too much space. And I needed more room to grow more plants. So that's one of the main reasons why I had to get this place right here. And I decided to just open up a commercial location. And that is one thing that I did not realize when I first started. I thought I had so much space that was not going to be an issue, but it only took a few years before I started noticing plants everywhere around my property. Because, like I said, this type of business is not something that you sell out and then you can just buy more and then sell and, just replenish your stock as you're selling out. Because if you do that, it's going to be very stressful because you're going to be relying on somebody else to grow your plants. And when that somebody else doesn't have the plants that you need, what are you going to do? I don't want to be that type of business that relies on somebody else. Number 5. So most of us who start a backyard nursery, we get into a niche market, right? For me, it's tropical fruit trees. But now I'm having to expand into other types of plants since money is an issue now. And those types of plants are common plants that do well in the desert because I am in Arizona. And the reason why I'm going to start growing the common plants that I find boring because they're so easy to grow, is because that is what most of the market in my area buys. My area is full of HOA neighborhoods. And HOA neighborhoods in my area do not allow fruit trees in the front yard. There are some older HOA neighborhoods that allow citrus in the front, but that's about it. They don't like anything else out there. So, what do you think most people in my area are buying? They're buying just whatever the HOAs allow. And that is just like bushes, flowers, and just boring trees. So I'm going to start selling that because now I have to cater to that type of market. Since I'm going to have a bigger place that can support a lot more plants, I'm going to have to do that. So if you're a backyard nursery and you're thinking about expanding, well, that's one of the things that you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to think past what you like and what makes you happy 100% of the time, and then you may have to do things that may not make you happy all the time, just simply because now you have a business that you have to worry about, and employees and all that good stuff. But I think that comes with starting any type of business out there. Now, I didn't make this video to discourage you from starting your own backyard nursery. On the contrary, I'm telling you the truth because I wish somebody would have told me the truth when I first started my place. Most videos out there just tell you what you want to hear because that's what gets views and that's what makes people money. The truth doesn't sell in today's times. But I can tell you that is what I do in this channel. I will tell you the truth. So if you have any questions, as always, comment below. I get a lot of comments, guys. I get a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages. Unfortunately, I'm not able to answer all of them. But if you truly need an answer to your question, you can join my Patreon. As always, if you like the video, like it. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you have your own backyard nursery, comment below. Tell me the good, tell me the bad. What's different? So that way we can all learn from each other. As always, I will see you next time.